Hello, everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. I'm here with the fabulous Anne Lover. We are going to be making paper dolls. Currently, it is sunny here in Manitoba. It is 24 degrees Celsius, feels like 28 with the humidex, which means it's 76 Fahrenheit, 82 with the humidex. So, hey, Mama Juju, welcome. Nice to see you. We are making paper dolls today. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Oh, who else is here?
Shannon and Michelle. Oh, nice to see you guys. So these are the kind of paper dolls that I make. And those are paper dolls that Anne makes. And so I'm going to show you how I do mine. And I'm sure Anne's going to show you how she does hers. I hope you guys are enjoying this stream. Hasn't it been an absolute blast and just loaded with ideas? Hey, Nancy, nice to see you. So many creative ideas and inspiration, and it has just been fabulous. Hey, Emmy, nice to see you. Celia, nice. And Sharon, perfect. Lots of people. Welcome. So nice to see you. Okay, so it's paper doll day. So I'm not sure which Anne would like to. Let's make Anne big for a minute, and she can show you her dolls up close and personal and talk about them.
Okay, you got it. Well, this is not, first of all, this is not my original idea of the dolls. It was from a class taught by Jennifer Chamberlain, I believe it was, online during the pandemic. And she's kind of fun because she comes up with unique ways to do things. So these are just made with fabric and paper and all those things we have lying about in our little studios here. So they become, see, this one is a card, which I haven't written in or sent to anyone. And this one is just waiting to go somewhere. So that's what we're going to do is make faces. And I have pre-printed or pre-painted different skin tones so that we can have ladies of different backgrounds. I did start out yesterday with what was supposed to be mixed media paper, but it's not very thick. And so I switched to a better mixed media paper, which I think is going to work better. For this one showed a lot of brush strokes, and I didn't like that for faces. So that's what we're going to do. Do you want to show yours, Big Kim?
Okay.
Okay.
So I do mine a little bit different. I originally learned to make the paper dolls from a course I took from Jennifer Chamberlain, Maker's Beehive. So what she had us do is on black paper, and I've just scraped black paint on the paper. I think, Kim. I have done it on black cardstock, but because I use wet glue, hi Vale, nice to meet you. Because I use wet glue on the black cardstock, I was getting lots of smudge marks on it. This way, if I do it on black painted paper, I can touch it up with paint and it doesn't leave a mark on the edges. So what I do is I start by painting the face, and then I start cutting out clothes. And I don't have a pattern for the clothes. I just, what I like to call is wobble cut clothes. I make them up as I go along, dresses, all kinds of things. So I'll be showing you how I wobble cut things, and I'll show you how I get the head painted and how I mix the paint for skin tones. So welcome to everybody who's here, and I'm going to share the screen now. Did I explain that okay?
Yes. It's funny that we both took classes from Jennifer Chamberlain.
Yeah. Oh, she's marvelous. I love it because she's so whimsical, and that's my style. I like the whimsy, things that make us smile.
It does. It does. So I have a print on, well, let me show you something I figured. This is probably not new to anyone else, but I got tired. I decided to start with cardstock. So I covered the back because I'm a sloppy person with this cheap, painter tape.
Nice.
and then did the edge that way, so that if I slopped, but it's curling, so I'll probably have to back it anyway. But anyway, that was my little trick today.
Awesome.
So I used a print for the sky, and then
Hi,
the
Anita.
the ground is something I unearthed in my sewing studio. It's called snippets, and it's just little tiny pieces of fabric adhered to another piece of fabric. And then this is what it looks like that. See, and then I just stitched it like crazy. So that's my ground.
Welcome, Lisa. Sorry, Anne, I'm going to interrupt you for a minute. Lisa is joining us on screen today. We're doing paper dolls. I have no idea how Lisa makes hers, but I'm sure she'll show us in a minute. I'll just make Anne big so she can finish explaining what she's doing. Then I will make Lisa big and she can explain what she's doing.
Well, that's okay. Lisa's ready. Go ahead.
Well, you finish up and Lisa can step in a minute. Go for it. Go for it.
Like Kim said, I don't measure or I don't have a pattern either. I just cut things. So I just went and got some scraps of fabric. And what I do is if I want her to have arms, kind of think of it, I've never made a him. Huh. I should make a man doll one time. So I'm just
we
going
were
to.
talking about that. We were supposed to be doing Major Bling. Did we ever do that?
No, we never did do Major Bling. We'll have to do that.
Yeah. Hey, Andrea. Nice to see you.
Hi, Andrea. You joined us.
All right. Lisa, are you ready to go big and show us your paper dolls? If you have done paper dolls, or are you just starting to do paper dolls?
Okay.
Well, hang on. There we go. You're big. Your main screen.
All right. I hope everybody is having fun with the Midsummer Streamathon. This morning I got up and I did not have a plan, but I thought, well, when she said paper dolls, I thought I would join. So
Awesome.
what I've done is I started out by going to a fashion magazine and I got out a couple of pages that I thought might work. I was looking specifically for the, make sure that's kind of got a glare. I was trying to make sure that it was a size that would fit in a journal I'm working on. It's for a bride-to-be who's getting married in October. So I thought, well, if I get out lace and white things, that I could probably come up with something. So that's what I've done. And I've got some cardboard from a cereal box, and I'm going to attach that to the back. And then I will start cutting that out. And I'm not sure, I don't really want that writing on it, so I definitely want to do away with that, but I kind of like that background. So I got to figure out how I'm going to make that work. But I've got this one, and then I have this one, and I think I'm going to work both of them and just see what I can come up with. I've not done dolls very much, so it's going to be an experiment.
It's all an experiment.
It's all an
I'm going to play
experiment.
along.
It's going to be a blast. All right. So there's the three of us. So I'm going to just show you how I make skin tone. I use a mixture of paint. Anne only streams with me, Sharon. Anne only streams with me. Oh, Sharon, while you're here, I'm going to go big. I have to show her the eye in real time because, I love my eyeballs. Okay. Sorry, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you yesterday that I never got a chance to. You weren't here, so I had to share that. Okay, I'm going small again. I just have to find my cursor. This is my problem. Kim always loses her cursor. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I have a friend that ordered a stack of them, so I had to make a few extra for me. And of course, in doing that, I've got them all over the living room. And so I've been throwing them at the grandkids and saying, I've got my eye on you, traumatizing them. But they're teenagers, so I think they can take it. Okay, so I use red. I'm making skin tone here. Red.
Oh, there.
Raoul, you here, hon? Can you post your channel link so that people can go and take a look at the schedule, please? We've got a lot of Canadian streamers here in the house today. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Our friends,
Yellow.
you know.
And then I've got an off-white. It's a cream. Usually I use white, but I'm really, really low on white for some reason. So I'm going to use this off-white. And I just used like no-name acrylics. I'm a very frugal crafter because I like the fact that, or I like that showing that you can use whatever you have to fit your budget, and you can art. Yes, Art Curious has it, and Roll has it. So basically, yellow, white, and red is what I use for making skin tones. That's a nice golden color. Want it a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to add some more white. And yeah, I usually overmix colors. Yeah, this is kind of like what we call a hop, like the Streamathon. Other ones that I've been in have been called hops. We hop from one stream to the next. Okay, that's still very, very orange. Needs lots more white. Or I can put in a drop of green, I think. We usually do pink and orange. Yeah. I don't have mixed pink other than fluorescent. A little bit of green will brown it down. See how it's going a little bit browner now? Another drop of that. With a touch of brown. My brown is not available at the moment. It's under the desk. So.
Is that where your mouse goes?
Oh, you know what? My mouse is beside me, but I don't have a mouse pad and I have two screens. So I will answer a message on one screen and then I can't find it on this screen that I'm using, right? You know, it's my pet peeve.
But
And I
it's
guess
funny.
it's a lot of my viewers' pet peeves too that I can never find my freaking mouse.
One point we said that it should be a drinking game, but
That's right. That's right. The regular subscribers and viewers, that and sending me down a rabbit hole.
yeah. That's what makes it fun.
Yep. Okay, so that's a nice goldish, brownish color. I'm going to use that because I've only got an hour and a half. Hey, Monkey, welcome, welcome. We are doing paper dolls today. So basically, I'm just going to do a head. And because it's on black, I know I'm going to have to give it a couple of coats, but that's okay. And I'm not overly worried about the shape of the head because I'm going to be adding hair and things like that.
Until I took that class, I was always afraid to do faces. Still not very good at it, but at least her method of doing it is simplistic enough that
It is.
I can handle it. And you get the idea that it's a face. I mean, these aren't like serious art pieces.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do serious art piece. Okay, no problem, Rule. Not a problem. Awesome, Nancy. I'll have to check that. Hey, 557. Lovely to see you here. I call her 557 because my name's Kimberly as well. And it feels weird. I feel like I'm talking to myself even more than I normally do, if you know what I mean. I have a jar for muck water. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what kind of clothes I'm going to use. And I am just using scrap paper. Does that surprise any of you?
Nope.
That's the best kind.
My muck water looks like tea for breakfast with milk in it.
Oh, nice.
I think I'm going to let it dry out like you do. Kim, tell people how you do that. It's an ingenious way to do it and save yourself 2 more products you don't really need.
So I save all my muck water, and I have it in various colors, and I pour it into plastic cups, and I line them up in my bathroom to evaporate a little bit so that the colors enhance that little bit. I don't have any of the inks for edging or aging or that kind of stuff. I use my muck water for all that. Last night I did floral cards. Where are they? I had them. Oh, I put them somewhere safe, and that's my other pet peeve is I put things someplace safe and I can never find it for months. Anyway, I used muck water on the journal cards I did yesterday. I edged them, and I'm really pleased with the way it came out. I had like a blackish gray muck water. Well, isn't that just annoying? I think it's because after my stream, one of my best friends called me and he was asking what I was up to. And I showed him that, and they're gone. I have no idea where they are. Hey, Debbie, nice to meet you. Come on in. Okay,
Hi,
so I'm
Debbie.
anyway. So I use my muck water, and I use it for edging. I also do. Louise Heinzel had a thing on embellishing your scraps. So you take all your scraps and you put them in a bin, you drizzle them with muck water, you spritz them with paint. While they're all in the bin, you take a stamp and you stamp them so it's all on bits of paper. And so you get all this really grungy, fabulous bits. So I save my muck water for that as well. It's just what I do. So that's how I use my muck water.
How long does it take to get it a little bit evaporated?
Well, if you don't add more muck water to it, probably about a week.
Ah, okay. So I need a safe place to put these jars of stuff.
Yeah. Nowhere dog can knock them over.
Yeah.
So Kim, when
Or
you
some-
are
knock 'em over. I'd be the one knocking them over. I could blame someone else though, or the dog, or whatever.
Sorry, Lisa, what were you saying?
when you get ready to use them, are they completely dry? Are you
No.
using them like they were a watercolor?
It's
Do
like a
you
watercolor.
rehydrate them?
I'll show you. This is the one I used last night, and it's like an ink almost. So if I take it, I'm not going to get my doll done. It's okay. If I take it and I put it on the paper, you can see how it's a nice light grayish. So this has been evaporating for a little while. I'll give it a couple of coats, and it does exactly the same thing as if you were using an ink.
Awesome.
It's just so much cheaper, and you can get any color you like because it's what you've been using, right?
It also keeps the acrylic paint out of the sewage system.
Right. Because acrylic paint has plastic in it.
Yeah, it's plastic. Well, it's acrylic, yes. I forgot that eyeballs need to be white, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So
yeah, they do. You're right. Oops, I should have cut some out, but no, now I'm going to do it the hard way and paint them in.
Oh, glue sticks? Why do we talk about glue sticks now? Yeah, I don't use glue sticks either if I can help it, because when I first started doing this, it was junk journals. And junk journals to me were things that you want to keep out of the landfill. So by using a glue stick and throwing out those plastics, I had a real hard time with that. Because there I am using up all this paper to save it from the landfill, but then I'm using this plastic glue things and they're ending up in the landfill. So it really kind of irritated me. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. You're right.
One thing that
Did you say that somebody melts crayons and makes their own crayons with
You
glue?
know what? I actually saw somebody else doing that just recently. There was a clip on Instagram, and that's exactly what I want to do with my empty glue containers is melt crayons into them and have really big pieces for doing rubbings and things.
I also saw one where they put, the little felt pads you can buy to put on the feet of your furniture?
Yeah, I got those too.
Yeah, they glued those on the top of them and used them for ink daubers, but I couldn't get
Yeah.
it to stick. I tried it and it fell off. So I got to try a different glue.
Oh, I hot glue mine on.
That's
because
what I used.
I've got, Ron has made me a whole bunch of little handles for those. They're here someplace as well. I did clean this desk up before I was streaming. I never find anything that I need. All right. I'm working on eyes. Anne's working on eyes. Let's see what, Lisa, I'm going to make you big for a minute. Okay?
Sure.
Oh, look. Whole different look adding the paint to it, guys.
Yeah, I thought if I added the white behind it, that it probably would turn out a little better. So I was able to kind of block out. I really like this vintage look. And this girl, when I went to Scotland in June, she got to come. Her grandpa paid for her to come. And she just was fascinated with old buildings. So that's why I thought if I kept this, that would add to her memories for this year. So, yeah, just cheap white, apple barrel white acrylic paint.
Awesome.
And I mean, I'm not much of a start from scratch, draw it, paint it kind of person, but I can stay within the lines for the most part. And
I run into
I
trouble.
can elaborate with a little bit, that's already there. So
you got an
it won't take that long for this to dry, and as soon as it dries, I will just start gluing some of these strips. I had an old pillowcase, and I just sat earlier while I was watching the stream before. I sat there and cut little tiny strips. So I'm going to use that as the base, and I've got some lace pieces to go up on the top. So we'll see how it stacks up.
Cool. Very, very cool.
And when you were talking about doing the furniture pads, I put them on the end of corks, and that's what I use that's what I use all the time. I mean, I've never bought, official,
yeah, those little brushes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just worked. Those, you get a pack of those at the dollar store, and they're the right size. They serve the purpose. It's a little bit of a thrift plan for me.
There's so many things like that you can go just look at an item and go, now what is this really? And
yeah,
figure it out. Q-tips work pretty darn well too, and they can't get much cheaper.
Oh, exactly.
We bought a bunch of off-brand ones, and we didn't like them, so they came down here.
Yeah. There are the Q-tips that are made more for makeup that have a fine point on them instead of a rounded tip, and those are really good for.
Thanks for coming. Sorry.
Cleaning things up.
The reason I'm being rude and kind of overrunning you guys when I'm talking to people in this stream is because if I move my cursor, we're going to run into trouble. So Yolande's leaving, so I had to say
goodbye, Yolande.
Hey, Priscilla, welcome.
Hi, Yolande.
Sorry, you guys.
Priscilla. Hello, it's nice to meet you. If I haven't met you before, I may have and just forgot.
Hi, Priscilla. I've never met Priscilla.
No, I haven't met Priscilla either. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm cutting a shirt. So I took just a piece of painty paper, scrap. Well, it wasn't a scrap. I just lopped off a hunk because those of you who know me, any of my paper, I just chop it up. It's what it's there for. So this lady's going to have kind of a little frilly kind of top on. I'm going to make it up as I go along, guys. I am by no means a fashionista, shall we say? Okay, so it's going to have like a V-neck, the collar, and the sleeves.
It's go with the flow, Art 101.
This is, yeah, go with the flow, definitely. And it's not really going to look like anything other than a top shape until you come back and start embellishing it with pencil crayons and ink, etc.
I learned yesterday that most of the world calls them pencil crayons. It's only in the U.S. that we call them colored pencils.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either until yesterday. I was trying to figure it out if crayons were markers in Canada or markers were crayon, well, whatever. If what we call a marker is a crayon in Canada. Maybe Kim can answer that burning question.
okay. Crayons are the ones made out of wax. Pencil
Mhm.
crayons are colored pencils.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were originally made with wax or not, but I've always called them colored pencils because I'm Canadian, and or pencil crayons. Pencil crayons, I call them. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, pencil crayons, yeah.
Pencil crayons. And then I was in Nancy's stream the other night, or I can't remember. Nancy and I had crossed paths, and I said pencil crayons, and she says, "You must be from Canada." Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Proud of it, right?
You betcha.
Okay,
right.
is a marker like a Sharpie a marker, or is that also?
Yes, it's a marker. It's a
Okay.
marker.
Same word can mean something completely different somewhere else.
Oh, for sure. We were, like I call it a power bar with the extension cord with all the
Uh-huh.
plug things in, and
Oh,
I hear that you guys call them power strips.
Yeah, or surge protectors. Some of them are. Power bars in the U.S. are like those super expensive, amped up granola bar things that you would.
That's what I was thinking too. Exactly.
See, like this is fun.
When we traveled to Scotland, it was so funny, the differences. And there's some things that if you don't know in advance, if you say it, you're going to be quite embarrassed. So
Yes.
if you cross-reference some words, there's certain things you just can't say.
Well,
Luckily,
like pants.
we have
Pants
learned
don't
in
mean slacks.
advance.
It means your underpants. That one I learned.
Well,
Yeah,
the,
there's all
the, the
kinds.
one that really cracks me up is like here, we call a thing that you put around your waist that's a pouch. You know what we call it.
Yeah.
That's not what they call it there.
No,
So,
that word means something
the
completely different.
meanings would, if you said that, people would look at you like you had said something very nasty.
Oh, they just go, that's
We
just a stupid American.
Yeah, well, they know. Trust me. We wouldn't go too many places, and somebody'd say, "Are you from the States? You're from the southern states, aren't you?" And it's like, yes.
Yes.
Okay, Shannon, thanks for popping in, hon. Nice to see you.
Bye, Shannon. Enjoy your lunch. Yeah, we learned that real quick. Living in England,
It's
you
fun to
just
travel. It's fun to travel, and it's fun to learn what different things mean. It's fun to experience the food, and it's just awesome.
I like it.
We have just started trying to travel. I mean, prior to COVID, we were tending to family members that were aging. So, right at the beginning of COVID, we lost my mother-in-law, and she was the last of our living relatives. And So now we're trying to say, okay, we've taken care of our children. They're grown.
Oh,
You know,
thanks,
we've taken
Nancy.
care of our family, and it's time for us to, maybe go and start going and doing some things. And so we went to Scotland. We went for a conference, and then last weekend we were in Niagara Falls, and that was a bucket lister for me. And
Mm.
I tell you, the people in Canada that we met were extremely nice. I mean, I did not meet anyone that wasn't very friendly and pleasant. So,
Have you met
that's,
me? I'm not friendly and pleasant.
You fibber.
I,
Fibber.
I don't know. Every time I've seen you, you've not come across that way. So, you hide it well.
Thanks. I try.
Kim, have you seen
Yeah.
Ryan? Have you seen the actor Ryan Reynolds' funny
Yes.
message to Americans?
Yes.
Yes.
Cracked me up.
He's kind of funny.
Like, we are not your safe house.
Well, I have to admit that, hey, Sherry, nice to see you, hon. Another Canadian, another streamer. Sherry actually just lives in the capital city of Manitoba, which is about half an hour from where I am. So we actually managed to get together and have coffee with Farmer Chicken Pot Pie Society.
Is Sherry doing streaming?
Sherry streams.
I didn't know that. Sherry, why don't you put your channel in there? Please? That sounds very rude. Please do that. Sorry, see, I'm being a rude American.
I didn't say that. I
What?
did not say that. I did
I
not say
said
that.
it. I know when I'm being rude. Most of the time
You're
I
not
know.
being rude.
I forgot to say please.
Oh, okay. You
I
know,
just
that's another funny one. My daughter, I was laughing because first of all, my sister sent me something about growing up, and then my daughter had sent me something, and I have to show you, or I have to read it to you because she laughed and she says, "This is where I get my insanity from," and it's like, thanks a lot, kid, but so I have to read this to you. Just bear with me a second. Oh, not that one. Back. I had to really laugh at this one. Because my mother raised me with manners, I know when and what fork to use at a formal dinner. Because my mother didn't raise a fool, I also know what artery to stick it in so you will bleed out in under a minute. I'm sorry. I have to share that.
I love it.
You know, when your own kid sends you stuff like that, it's kind of like, did I do good or didn't I do good?
That's
Well,
hilarious.
survival skills are very important.
Yeah.
I know which artery to stick it in. Oh my gosh.
It's like one of my daughters is not real keen on firing a gun, but the oldest one, you would not want to be in front of her and provoking her, or in her space when you shouldn't be, because she would take care of you,
Yeah.
and she is really good, and it's like she was a natural at it. It's bizarre. I have to really
Sharon's
struggle to
asking
be
how
good at
long
it.
aren't we on till 2? Is that right, Kim?
Let me just look at the
Eastern
schedule.
time. Sharon, so you have to do your own math. Sorry.
Yeah, it is 2 Eastern, so that's 1 hour time or my time, right?
And Sharon's another hour after that because she's Pacific Standard Time. I heard. Might be daylight
You
savings.
guys confused the bejeez out of me. I have a hard time with this. Yeah, 11:30 my time to 1 o'clock my time, and it's 12 o'clock my time now. So another hour. Another hour.
Kim, I get to
Answer
stay
your
for 30
questions.
minutes. I've got a job I got to go do. My husband's
Oh,
got
not a
got
problem.
plans for me.
I appreciate you coming and playing. I love having people come to play on my channel. My thought process about creativity is so many people say, "Oh, I can't do that," right? And because I taught a course called Meet Your Creativity, I like the fact that all of you guys are willing to come and play with me, show how you do it, so that any of the viewing audience may find one of us that they can actually copy and do it. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
It does.
That,
If you watch me, you'll learn how not to do it.
yeah, me too.
Well, there's that too. I mean, there's two sides of it, and I think Sharon's probably sitting back laughing, working on her figs, that I'm actually making a paper doll because this is so out of my wheelhouse. I mean, it is. It really is not something I have done very often.
Me
I've played a
either.
little bit with it, but I've never really, really put a lot of effort into it. But I thought, okay, this is an opportunity to, try something different and see how it goes.
This
Yeah.
goes back to childhood for me. Like,
See, I never played with dolls. The only time I played with dolls was when I was driving over them with my trucks. And so making paper dolls, when I first started doing it, it's like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. I can do this.
we used to get the Sears catalog or penny catalog, pennies, whatever it was, after my mom was done with it. And my sister and I, well, she would kind of just whack it up, but I would make my dream rooms and cut out the furniture and cut out the clothes and make wardrobes, dress the Barbie dolls.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
Sharon, Texture Junkies, has her wasn't it your grandmother, Sharon? It was her paper dolls, and she got
Yes.
them. And I think that is, that was pretty cool to see those.
Oh, I loved playing with paper dolls.
My mom had paper dolls, but she didn't. She had so few as a child. The only ones that they would get is if they were poor. They grew up very poor. There was 9 children, and what she would do is if they happened to get a newspaper or if they got a magazine, she would do the same thing. They would make dolls out of those. Or if they were lucky enough to get a piece of cardboard that didn't need to go in somebody's shoes,
Right.
they would use what they had. And
Yeah.
every one of the sisters had some artistic ability. They could just take things and, make them into something that would be usable out of hardly anything. But they learned that from their mom.
Well, that's
From
what they
what,
had to do.
yeah, the way my mom talked, when they were growing up, they would be in the kitchen where there was a wood stove that the grandmother, my grandmother, cooked on. And she said that no matter what the season, that her mom would always have a canning jar on the table with some kind of flowers. She said it might have been branches, but there was always something to make you feel like you were in a better place than what they actually had. Because I mean, it started out as a one room house, and then the kitchen was added on, and then as the children came and they outgrew the single room house, they added on to it. So it was really, really, tight quarters. They
Well, we
had
have so
all the
much
girls in
room
one
now.
room.
We have so much room, it's silly. Like, I remember somebody, oh, I won't say who, it was a family member coming to visit with their children, and the woman of that family, her mother said, "You're not going to have to share a room with one of the children, are you?" I thought,
Priscilla, are you asking how you find my channel on YouTube?
you're probably here, Priscilla.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's, what is it? K&RP.
K&RP, Kim Fulton. Let's see if I can do this, guys.
Shouldn't they be able to drop it down in the detail box?
Looks like a Chinese person.
Oh, I'm liking that.
Anita says that my doll's starting to look like a Chinese groom.
Awesome. It's got
Oh
something.
yes. Oh yes, Sharon. We made houses out of boxes. Oh my goodness, a good box. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, when we moved a lot because my husband was in the military. My kid's favorite thing was to make forts out of the boxes, and
Hi, Beth.
they did it well
Welcome,
until
Beth.
their teen years. They would-
And I think your person looks kind of like a schoolboy.
I think that's
With
me.
school starting, it's kind of like a schoolboy.
Maybe, except that the skirt. But that's okay. Boys can wear
Okay,
skirts.
I couldn't
What
tell.
difference?
Okay, so it's maybe a schoolgirl.
Maybe it is. I don't know. We haven't. Well, not done yet, so we'll see. Right.
The colors on the shirt, give me that kind of fall, a little bit of
Uh-huh.
that fall feel. So,
It's actually a scrap of African fabric. Go
well,
figure
I
that
know
one.
finding fabric at your house should not be a
Yeah.
problem, just like it's
What?
not a problem at mine.
Oh yeah, no, I have fat. Oh,
Appliance box is definitely
Yeah,
the best.
we won't talk about that. I'm down to only 3 tubs in the attic space,
Oh,
so
thanks for coming, Amy.
only
Nice to
I
see
definitely
three.
make
you.
Oh my
sure on
gosh.
it.
Bye, Amy.
Bye, Amy. Thank you for coming.
I don't even know how many boxes of fabric I have.
Well, I don't think we need to say anything about those.
No.
Yes, please. Let's not, because I have an entire room full, and
So do I.
and
I
ladies-
I had given away fabric. Every time my mother moved, fabric came to my house. And the first time she moved out of the house that I grew up in, and I understood it then. But we got rid of so much of it. And there was some that she said she just couldn't part with. And, she knew I could store it because we've got 2 bedrooms upstairs, and both of those bedrooms have like a walk-in attic space with a floor. So, the storage is no problem. But it was just kind of crazy. And I think that I think that my mom took advantage of it in a sense, and I wouldn't tell her no because she always thought whoever died with the most fabric won, and I didn't want to disappoint her.
hey,
That's true.
I very much that way. The one who dies with the most toys wins, and believe me, I have toys. Whew, have I got toys?
And my husband said, I'm almost afraid to ask what your room looks like upstairs. He won't come up here. He said, I hope it don't look like my mother's house because his mom, bless her heart, I loved her dearly, but she and her husband they were both hoarders. And they did not take care of anything, and we had to take care of it all. And it took 3 months to do it, to get through everything. We had to go piece by piece, stack by stack. And he said, we're not doing that to our kids. We're not doing that. So he don't want me to go before him and him have to come up here and play in my stuff.
Well,
my
it took
daughter.
us 6 months to clean out my parents' house. And it's not that they were hoarders, but my mother hid everything. Like, we found her engagement rings rolled up in her socks, diamond necklace in the Q-tips box. We had to take every book and spritz the pages open because she tucked money between the pages in her books. It was brutal. Absolutely.
My husband had a grandmother that did that. We found bills between the towels and sheets.
Yeah.
Then I picked up the detergent and I heard something, and there was all kinds of stuff in there. It was like its own little treasure box, but she got paranoid, as she got dementia, she got paranoid.
Yeah.
And she was hiding stuff, and she'd forget where she put it, and it just made it a little harder to get through everything because you had to check for those things.
Yeah.
But
that generation didn't trust the banks either, so they weren't.
No, you're exactly right. And especially when Y2K, I was working at a bank, and we had a lot of elderly people that were coming in and getting large amounts of cash, and they were taking it home and they were hiding it, and then they didn't remember where it was. And after they passed, their family members are coming in just bringing this money that's in envelopes with a receipt that I had given them when they left. still in it. It's like, okay, I know who did this. I know what day it was done. It's crazy.
At least
Yeah.
they could find it. My mom had a friend whose husband hid money. And when she had to move out of her house, he passed away suddenly and without telling her where he hid it all. And we tried to help her and went through every book, every sheet. It was under every mattress. And my dad said, well, he buried a bunch of silver coins out and gold ingots out in the yard. And we even got a metal detector and found a
Yes.
couple, but not anywhere near what we knew he had. And it was just so sad that.
I know we metal detect and we watch people that do, and sometimes they'll dig up like a
Hey,
lady's little
Dana.
change purse, and it'll be just the frame that's left, and there'll be like coins in
Hi,
it.
Teresa.
We don't know if it fell out of their pocket, if they buried it. You know, people did some strange things.
Oh,
A lot of people would
definitely.
bury stuff when they, if someone died.
Mhm.
Some cultures believe that you should put their stuff in the ground. That you should not keep it, and they
How
would
they
they would
buried
do that.
snacks.
So it's kind of crazy.
It's just different, I guess.
Well,
Well, I
my
wouldn't.
aunt had over $70,000 in plastic shopping bags in her bedroom closet because she didn't trust my uncle because she thought he was having an affair. So she kept all her money all in plastic bags in a closet in her room.
Wow. Did you know about it to look for it?
Her daughter found it after
Um,
she passed.
I used to keep cash in my house, just not that kind of cash, but just, like $20 or $50 or $100 in cash. And we were moving, I'd put it in the freezer because your freezer is your best fireproof box you can get.
Yeah.
And I gave my good friend some food and she called me back up and she said, thanks for the frozen food, but did you want that $30 that's in the broccoli back? Yes, thank you
It's
very
not
much.
exactly somewhere that people would look, is it?
No, it's not. But at least she's an honest friend, right? So always give your stuff to somebody that'll tell you if there's something real valuable in there.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing with Bill's parents. We started going through things before my mother-in-law passed. It was such a long process, but once we moved her out of the house, we were able to move the stuff into a storage unit and work through it, that way, because it was costing a lot of money to maintain that house, and we were maintaining that house and our house, so it sure helped us out.
I tell my kids if I hide something, because if I can't trust them, then
So most of our valuables are, we've got a couple of safes, and we have a place that's designated, for anything they need. But we don't hide stuff throughout the house. Since we've got the safes, we put them down there, and both kids know how to get in both of them, so we don't have to worry about that part. But we
I'm
probably won't
sorry.
be in this house by then. By the time we get to that point, we probably won't be in this house. I mean, at least that's the plan.
That was our plan, and we still haven't done it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things, we had it set to where we had gotten everything ready when my husband took early retirement at 55. And
Nice.
then his dad got sick. Then as he passed unexpectedly, and we had a toddler basically to take care of, and everything that was planned, kind of went on hold. And now, the real estate market in our area is ridiculous. Um, we would like to be able to do a lateral move, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But ideally, what we need is a house that's all on one level so that we can. I'm
Mm-hmm.
the problem child. I have arthritis, and I can't I can't navigate steps every day. So we're trying to, make that something that's not necessary. If I want to go to
Yes.
my car and nobody's home, I will not go down the basement steps because of my fear of falling.
I
And
understand that one.
Mm-hmm.
I go around, and my husband says, I don't know why you go at the front. And I said, if you have my knees, you do the same. But it's
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm gonna fall, if I'm taking the trash out, I don't necessarily have my phone. And I figure if I fall in my front yard, somebody will notice
Yeah.
because we're on a busy street.
You hope
But it
so
is
when you're there.
scary. It's very
Yeah,
scary.
I can understand that. You could
But
always
yeah,
get a
we're
chairlift. That's what we had. We got it put in when my mom was living here because she could not do stairs. I mean,
Well, when
there's
we remodeled the first time, we moved the washer and dryer up here. And so theoretically, I can get in the house from the front with only 4 steps, and we could put a ramp if necessary.
mm-hmm.
Not that we want to, but we could. And, we could also install an elevator. But, when you make modifications that are kind of permanent, you really change what buyers might
Yeah.
see in your property. And that's the scary part.
The
Oh my.
chairlift is good because you can take it back out.
Yeah. Okay, let's make Anne big. See what Anne's up to. Do, 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 do.
No. My doll has a head on her now, on her shoulders.
Okay.
She has a hat and some bangs. She needs eyeballs. I gotta see if. Oh, I think the paint's dry, so she could have eyeballs now. She has her shoes. I'm not real happy with her shoes. Her shoes need some work. But then, after she gets eyeballs, then I'm gonna start making her jazzy.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. All right. Lisa, ready to go big?
All right.
All right.
Okay, so I have been working on my girl. I painted her. She's got the first layer of her dress, and I'm trying to get this cinched in here so she'll have a little bit of nice shape. Every bride wants to be shapely on their day. So I will be adding some more things to this, but speaking of that downsizing, that's the project my husband's calling me down for. He just finished up a contract job, so now he's ready to get back to destashing our basement. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. And I really appreciate you letting me come and play, Kim. I
Oh,
really
you know
do.
what? Anytime I'm streaming, like for the Streamathon, I'm posting the link in our group chat there, and you're welcome to join me for anything I'm doing.
And thank you all for the kind of comments. And I appreciate you coming along. It's been fun.
Awesome.
Have
Awesome.
fun destashing.
Well, yeah.
Bye
Thanks
bye.
for coming, Lisa. It was lovely having you. All right.
Thank you.
This is what I'm working on. I have her hair painted. She's got some cool eyes, kind of creepy. I need to touch that up a little bit, but she's coming along, slow but sure. I just wobble cut the pants and the shirt. You have tins of change sitting around the house. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Brenda, for sure. For sure. I really appreciate you coming, Lisa. That was awesome. Perfect, perfect. All right, we've got about a little less than 40 minutes left, Anne. So
She
I'm going to
looks like
make us
Dolly Parton.
this side. Dolly what?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Nice.
The hair, don't you think?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I was just getting a little carried away with the curls there.
I love Dolly Parton. I think it's fabulous.
She's a fabulous person.
Isn't she, though?
She really is. She's looking like someone you used to know, Teresa. Is that a good used to know or not a good used to know?
How did you feel about this person?
Yeah.
Brenda says Dolly with gray hair. Now, that'd be the day, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, she probably does have gray hair, but she doesn't go out in public like that. Or
No.
on stage. She might go out in public.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, she goes incognito.
She does. I was thinking maybe that big bouffant hair was a wig.
Mm-hmm.
Always just so exact, right?
You mean dollies? Yeah, they're all wigs. She has a bunch of wigs.
All right, I need some sort of boots. These boots are made for walking. What color boots do I want?
I don't know what. Whoops. What kind of boots do you want? Go-go
Well,
boots or cowboy
well,
boots or?
no, I think they're going to be like stomping boots. I have more of that, and I've got a really nice strip of brown here. I think I'm going to just do. Yeah, she could be part of the Golden Girls. She could. She could.
Yeah, yeah.
Blanche, right? Blanche. She's got a Blanche-esque vibe to her. So, lopped off that brown piece. We're going to do boots. Just,
I think my lady needs more eyeshadow.
they're going to be sticking out the top of her. Yeah, mine needs some eyeshadow and stuff too. Haven't gotten to that part yet. Or a bow in the hair. Hip waders. Well, these pants are kind of like hip waders.
Hip waders always look so funny to me.
Yeah. There,
Okay.
I think she's just going to have shoes like this because they're just going to kind of stick up above her pants a little bit. And they're tucked under her jeans. I'm going to make these look more denim-y somehow. I'm thinking about it. Looking for glue.
Don't make a snap decision there. Well,
Oh,
my lady needs some jewelry. I'm trying to find some jewelry bits.
trying to find some jewelry.
Yeah, she needs some jewelry on her. No, I don't like those. Don't like that. You have to audition everything, you know.
Oh, I don't audition nothing. You know me. It's going to be like this, okay? Okay.
Just slap it on there, huh?
Although on that doll that I was working on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
I've added more stuff to her. She's still not done. I've been busy playing with other stuff, of course, because
The fun part is decorating them after.
yeah.
Raul wants to name the paper dolls. Go ahead, Raul.
You please do. Please do.
Let's play a game. Who gets to name the dolls? Then you need to give them a story too.
Yeah.
At one point in my youth, I worked in a store that was a forerunner to Costco and worked in the jewelry department. So we faced the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were bored, when customers came in, we would make up whole life stories for them.
Oh, yeah.
What they did, and you know.
Oh, we will sit in a restaurant and make up stories about the people around us. It's just sort of.
As long as they can't hear you.
Well, yeah, no. We give them names. They don't know who they are.
That's true. They don't know. Restaurant talk can be entertaining.
Oh, it certainly can. I try not to listen. I waitressed for so many years. It just is noise to me now. But yeah, no, there can be some very interesting stuff said in restaurants.
Yes. We were in a restaurant, and when one of my husband's jobs, well, in the military and then out of the military, was planning, military exercises where they practice stuff.
Right?
So, as my daughter explained to her class one time in kindergarten, was her daddy made up pretend wars.
That's perfect. I love it.
Which is what he did, really. But we were in a restaurant and he had to come up. This was post 9/11, not too long after 9/11. we were in a restaurant and we started in the car talking about, a fictional plot for it. And it had to involve a small aircraft.
Yeah.
We get to the table and we're still talking about how a small aircraft could bomb the Hoover Dam
Yeah.
and discussing which airport they take off from. And all of a sudden we realized people around us were staring and whispering, getting up and leaving.
That's funny because, as you guys know, I live in a small rural town, and my girlfriends and I were out in the city for lunch, and we were talking about what our husbands did for a living. And of course, Ron worked for the railway, which was really, really, really nice and tame. My other one of the girlfriends, her husband was an AI technician. He had his own AI company.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, she was going on about breeding cows. And then the other girl's husband worked in a hog barn and he had to milk boars, right? So they're talking about all this stuff, and people like they're just putting their lunches away, like they were pushing them away from themselves. And it's like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this. Bad. It was bad, but we had a lot of fun. We were very young and not even very young, but still. Okay, so my doll looks like a Samantha, not Jones, and Anne's looks like a Gina.
Gina, huh? Okay.
And Gina.
Give her some time here. She's going to get dolled up. She's going to get dolled up. Just deciding what she needs to wear. I'm not quite sure whether she's a glamour girl or not.
Okay, so now I've pulled out the pencil crayons, colored pencils, whatever we're calling them today, guys.
Well, you're in Canada. You can call it what Canadians call it.
I can call them anything but late to supper. That was the rule my mom always said. Call me anything but late to supper.
No, I don't like that either. I'm having trouble with her accessories.
Oh, see, I haven't even started accessorizing. I'm still working just on the dolls. And I'm only doing one.
Beth wants to know who drinks the boar milk.
Well, I don't think it's drinkable, Beth.
To each their own, right?
Yeah, no, because it was it's because
it's to make little piggies.
Hog barns. Yeah, it was hog barns, so it was not drinkable. No.
No. Well, I wouldn't advise it anyway.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it was definitely not appropriate lunch conversation. It really wasn't.
No. Kind of funny. It's like working in a hospital and you have lunch conversations that most people would never ever have.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Or the hospitals used to have tumor board. The doctors would have tumor board during their once a week at lunchtime, and you'd see like body parts floating in jars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It saved them time to just do it then. So.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
They had a private dining room, which was good.
I believe that would be very good.
Yeah. You don't want to come in and see Aunt Hazel's, tumor floating around.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, this is kind of a little bit off color. We don't normally do this, do we?
Oh, I don't know. Do we?
I don't know.
It is funny how different professions have different norms.
Oh, for sure.
In all the professions, you never think about even existing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You have no idea what people do sometimes. When we moved to Arizona, moved back, and my husband was still in the Air Force, and we went to church, and everybody kept asking him about their teeth, and he was like, I don't know. And it turned out that the only other military people they'd had were dentists.
Oh,
So they assumed he was a dentist, and he's like, no.
oh my.
Like, no. Don't know about teeth. I can make you a pretend war, though.
Yeah.
Or a real war. He did war plans, too. So
Yeah.
he would do real wars or pretend. Well, they have to plan them ahead of time. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't just like a paintbrush throw paint at something, right?
Well, hopefully not. No, it's not a good idea. One of his jobs
Doctors
was
work in high heels. Awesome.
Oh.
Could you imagine being a doctor in high heels, being on your feet for that length of time? Oh, kill me now.
No way. Plastic surgeons, they dress up like that.
Oh. Can't
That's
even.
what cracks me up, though, on TV shows. Like, they'll have women there was one about a woman that was supposedly in the CIA, and she wore like Band-Aid dresses and high heels. I'm like, I don't think so.
Where's the reality in this show? Wait,
Yeah.
there isn't any. I'm sorry, guys.
We toured the CIA. Nobody was in a Band-Aid dress or heels, actually. Well, not spiky heels. A few women had pumps on, but not
Yeah.
not 6-inch Jimmy Choos.
No. Damn. No. Oops, sorry.
I was kind of disappointed. No. I was expecting it. Yeah, where's the ones that look like bimbos? They don't work here.
Yeah. Or they're, the ones in disguise or
Yeah. Maybe it's the undercover people.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I had Rick Rack here.
Oh.
She looks like a Rick Rack kind of lady, don't you think?
Sure.
Or maybe on her hat. Oh, yes.
I have to put a bow in her hair.
Definitely need a bow.
Definitely.
Why did I do this after I did the earrings? That was stupid. That was silly.
Sorry for offending anybody. Getting a little carried away today.
I think we're both sleep deprived, aren't we? We said it could be dangerous. I'll just take those off.
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping great. Yeah, how's she going to run in those? Exactly. I get it. Your mom used to be a stripper? Mom, she got called to school. Oh my! You know what? Stripping is an honorable profession. Seriously, I used to do income taxes, and the amount of money that some of those dancers made is incredible. But the amount that they paid for the costumes, my word,
Did you read the rest of it, Kim? She refinished furniture.
Well, I'm talking about strippers.
I know.
And yeah, whether it's furniture or not, but still.
You can imagine, though, the kid hears her talking about stripping furniture, so he figures she's a stripper. He didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I need to decide where to put the bow in her hair. Yeah, Nancy, isn't it wild? You watch somebody else and you get these ideas, and then you look at your supplies and go, that could be this and that could be that. Oh, it's crazy. Right in the middle or at the side?
I like the bow.
You were a bartender for 26 years, but not in a strip club? Yeah, I bartended too. It was fun.
It kills me on police shows. They always go to a strip club. Like, are there really that many strip clubs? And do they really always go to them?
I think it's more a case of sex sells, right? Like,
yeah, you gotta have
I've been listening to an awful lot of audiobooks because that's how I deal with my anxiety. And there's so much, like, it's closer to porn than a book now, as far as I'm concerned, for a lot of stuff. And that makes me sad that, why can't I have a story without all this? But it sells, so that's what you get.
It's like everybody's a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Sharon. They're having a meeting there. Yeah, right. I don't think so, because those are, hotbeds of criminal activity. So one wouldn't think that the police would hang out. Well, I guess unless they're investigating somebody.
Yeah, but they go undercover then too, don't you think? Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Undercover work can be really bad psychologically.
Oh, I, the ones I really feel bad for are the EMTs that have to deal with so much of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know where her bow's going to go.
They don't get paid enough, in my opinion.
No, I don't think so. It's right at the top of her head.
Or firefighters, they don't either.
Oh, I know. Any of those first responders. My word, the stuff that they see and go through.
Running into burning buildings. I mean,
yeah. I give them so much credit. And out here, our firefighters volunteer.
That's wild.
And rural communities. So if you get called to an accident, chances are it's somebody you know, right?
Oh, that's true. Well, I hadn't thought about that before.
Absolutely devastating.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, it would be. And it's so different when it's someone you know versus a stranger.
Oh, exactly.
So much harder to get that emotional distance.
Yeah.
That's what she needed. She needed lower lashes.
Huh.
Now she has some rickrack. She has some earrings. I have glue all over my fingers.
I got creepy looking Samantha here.
I have a granddaughter named Samantha.
Okay, this is yeah, PTSD. It's rough. It's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
You were a volunteer fire
person
in your small town?
Wow.
That's a hard job, man. Definitely a hard job. I'll give you a lot of credit for that. That's
yeah.
It's amazing.
Do the volunteers even get paid?
I think they get a stipend because they have to be on call, but I don't know. And they have to take all the training like everybody else, right? So,
I would hope they do.
I don't know.
You have to, because you can't just go out and run a fire hose.
Awesome, Sharon. Thanks for coming. Am I pronouncing you very difficult? No pay. Yeah. Sharon says,
good afternoon, Sharon.
Yeah. It is. Everybody knows everyone, Brenda. I give them so much credit. So much credit, really. And I was very surprised to learn that in our firehouse, we now have a Hope's Cradle.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what a Hope's Cradle is?
I do. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm just really surprised that it's, available here in our community. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Some people just are not ready to be parents.
Yeah. Okay, who's after me? Let me just take a quick look and see who's coming up next because we have 15 minutes left.
Is that all?
Yes, ma'am. Time flies when you're having fun. Michelle Walls is coming up next.
Oh.
I don't have her link. Can Raoul, if you're here, can you please post Michelle's link for me, please? Because I don't have her link.
Oh, Renee, that's absolutely true. She said that parents of medically fragile children can have PTSD.
Oh, for sure. They can. They can. I've worked with a lot of individuals with varying abilities, and what the parents have to go through for them to get the additional supports that they need. Wow, I give them so much credit, and it is a tough haul. It really is.
To be the advocate is tiring.
Oh,
So frustrating.
yeah.
Or it can be. But yeah, always being on guard and always, you can't ever really relax because you're waiting for that crisis to happen.
Yeah.
That's what gets. There's been some research too that PTSD is worse for people that don't have appropriate support, and that the
Oh, I believe it.
people that should be helping them don't,
Yeah, I believe it.
and that makes it even worse.
Well, I don't know about funding for you guys, but here, funding for people who are like for respite and stuff, it is not guaranteed. You have to be the squeaky wheel to get any respite monies or anything. My next door neighbor was a foster mom. My old next neighbor was a foster mom. And for her to get respite or anything, she had to fight tooth and nail to get additional funding for that.
I don't even know if it's available here. I guess it is, but I know there's a place that children can go to, but I don't know that it's funded by anybody other than the parents.
Oh, Dana, you rock. Thank you very much. Dana posted Michelle's address for us. Thank you very, very much. We have 14 minutes. I'm really happy with this, the way this little dolly turned out. I haven't given her a purse or anything yet.
Oh, a purse. Yes. Oh, Brenda, that would be hard for for anybody. But at 18, oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. That is brutal. I mean, I worked in, oh, thank you, Beth. Oh, these ladies are fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I worked in a nursing home and saw a fair bit of people passing. And even if it's somebody you don't know, it's hard to watch them go, especially if they don't have family there to be with them. You know, it's I give nurses and healthcare aides so much credit as well. Oh, my doll needs earrings.
And then to have to go to the next room immediately,
Yeah,
and just
and have a happy face
something
on.
else. You're dealing with someone complaining about the temperature of their soup, you know.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of hard jobs in the world.
Oh, thanks for being here, Michelle. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate you. I hope we didn't ignore chat too often. No, Renee, that's just it. The personnel is not available in a very lot of cases.
And it's hard to let go when you've taken care of a child that you know has all these needs, and you know what the groan means, or you know what, their pain level means. And yeah, it's hard.
Okay, I can't cut this little to make an earring. I am going to cheat, guys. I am going to use a couple of blue dots of paint for an earring.
That's not cheating.
I know. But some people might think it's cheating. And we'll give her
I thought you were going to get a sticker out or something.
Stickers? Do I have stickers?
I don't know. When you were saying you were going to cheat, I thought, uh-oh.
I don't know that I have stickers. I don't have a lot of those kinds of things, people, because I was never a paper crafter until I found junk journals. I carved and I quilted and I painted. I've done murals for schools and things. I've had, um, hey, Belinda, nice to see you.
Hey,
Uh,
Belinda.
um, so I've got a wide variety background. I taught art. I've taught cooking. Like I said, I worked with people with varying abilities. So I taught an art therapy program. I've also taught kids summer programs for art. I've done the kids tents at local fairs with art. So I do have a background in, but a lot of the stuff like the glitter and things, um, whatever I've got is left over, and I have no stickers because I never really had stickers for doing art. I was all so much more into the kids doing it on their own,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You
Being
know, my
kind
oldest grandchild, his mom told me because she knew I was going to be all crafty. She said, I don't want to tell you what to do, but we would prefer that he not have coloring books.
well, that's fair, sort
Yeah.
of.
And I was like, hey, I think that is a grand idea.
Yeah,
And she wasn't one of these where I have a boundary and you can't cross it.
right, right.
I was like, okay, well, what about just coloring? She said, oh, that's fine. I was like, okay, I'll buy a ream of paper. It's good. It's
Which
all
is
good.
perfect.
Yeah. I thought it was really brilliant to not use coloring
See,
books.
so what I found, like I did have stickers for one Christmas program I was doing, and I had the kids making decorating mittens. I had cutout mittens, and they were
Mm-hmm.
decorating them and putting stickers on. And the moms were actually saying to these kids, "No, do it like this." So I
Yeah.
stopped. I stopped providing stickers, and they had to chop up little bits and glue, you know, color whatever other things on, and the moms didn't participate quite as much as when they were just moving stickers over. So the kids actually got to be creative on their own. I
Yeah.
actually did tell a couple of moms, though, no, please, I'd rather they do this by themselves.
Let them do it on their own.
Yeah, why are you paying for this class and then you doing it? You want to take a craft class? Take a craft class. Leave your kid alone. Sorry, I'm off my soapbox now.
I
But
worked
really,
with a lady she was all upset because her 5-year-old didn't get into this private school because they
okay.
tested her and said that she had trouble making decisions and the mother just couldn't understand that. And then the next Friday she brought the little girl to the hospital for lunch, and they always had tacos and burritos. Now, they're the exact same ingredients, right? Just in a different wrapper.
Right.
And the little girl said, "Oh, I want a taco." And the mother's like, "No, you get a burrito." I was like, well, now you know why she couldn't make a decision,
Yeah, she wasn't
because
allowed.
it's not like she was saying, I want cake instead of lunch.
Yeah. Oh, that would be neat. I want cake.
Yeah. Is that your phone?
That is my phone.
Oh.
Ron can answer it.
But I thought, well, that's why. And then we watched her at lunch and it was like everything was like that. Like,
Well,
I want
yeah,
to wear my red dress tomorrow. No, you're wearing your blue dress. Okay.
that's sad. I mean,
It
you
is.
know, I guess because I was such a strong advocate for my kids when they were in school. My youngest daughter colored. Sorry, my youngest daughter colored her school bus black, and and the teacher actually came down on her saying, "No, school buses are orange." And I went in there and I raised bloody Cain because you don't tell my daughter what color to color a school bus. Really,
Yeah.
not acceptable.
Oh, Brenda, that sounds like fun. That's a good grandma. Yeah, my second one went to kindergarten
Okay.
in a rural, not really rural, but okay, educationally, I think somewhat backwards. And one of the first quote unquote, art classes was to draw a tree. And he did his all in orange and yellow, was in reds, and he got a frowny face. He was so indignant when he got home.
Oh,
And I
can
said,
you
well,
blame
why
him?
did you get a frowny face? What was the instruction? Like, he was kind of do his own thing. So, maybe the teacher had said, draw your house, and he drew a tree. And he said, well, she just said to draw a tree. And Mom, it's autumn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's sad when the 5-year-old is smarter than the teacher.
Yeah.
But it was quite common there that he would upset her by doing something that was perfectly logical and scientifically based. But
Yeah. Well,
I
I mean, when my kids were little, my walls were covered in brown roll paper. And when my grandkids were little, my fridge was free range to draw on because it had a flat surface, and I let them have dry erase markers just for that reason, so that they could explore.
I didn't do that because mine wouldn't have stuck to the refrigerator. It probably would have
Yeah,
been.
my grandkids were really good about it. I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so I've got a curse.
Maybe they would have been, and I'm just misjudging them.
Maybe. All right, guys, 5 minutes left. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am streaming again today at, let me just check this because, of course, it's 3 o'clock Eastern today. So Michelle's on, and then Peg McIntyre. And I stream again at 4 o'clock Eastern, which is 3 o'clock Central. So 4 o'clock Eastern, I'm back on, and I'm going to show you some ideas to do with scraps.
I thought you said you were going to show ideas how to strip.
Scraps. You wouldn't want to see me strip. Okay, guys, big hugs to everybody in the audience. I appreciate you being here. Everybody who is in the balcony and lurking, I hope we have inspired you guys to try a paper doll. I hope that it inspired you, or just play, guys. Just play.
Have fun.
And make your guy put her right way up. I'm gonna make you big for a minute, and then I'm gonna go back for a minute. I have to find the cursor. Come on, cursor. I'm just about out of time here. Oh, can't find my freaking cursor, guys. Over.
That's okay. She's not quite done.
Yeah, mine isn't either, but okay. I can't find my cursor.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll post it and meet your creativity. If you guys aren't there, go to Facebook and join it. It's Kim's group.
She's big. She's big. You're big.
I'm big?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There she is. Maybe I can hold her up.
Turn her the other way, sideways. She's heads to the left. There we go. Okay. Yeah, look at her.
There you go.
That's Gina.
That's Gina? Okay, her name's Gina.
Mine is Samantha.
Okay, Samantha.
Go big.
Samantha and Gina can go to lunch now.
Oh, cursor. Hugs to you all. Maybe I'll see you a little bit later. Michelle's stream is a little bit higher up in the chat. Dana and Beth both posted it for me, and I will see you guys over there, and maybe here a little later if you're still around. Hugs to you all now. Bye.
Bye.